Greetings everyone, I am Anwar Nomaran from It Pays to Fear God, and this video is another episode of Verse Breakdown. The verse for today is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 29, which reads, Lo, only this have I found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Those inventions are the general policies and laws that all countries in this world make to try to solve humanity's problems. Ever since humanity sinned, there have been various problems that have come out of it. War, corruption, and other stuff like that. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 34. That's sin that is a reproach to all of humanity. And we've tried to solve it with making those kinds of policies. However, without God's intervention, such things would work. And we can go to the story of Israel to understand this. If we read Exodus chapter 32, when Moses had taken a while, longer than expected, to come back from the mountain where God and Moses were discussing things, the Israelites took laws into their own hands by creating gods to represent themselves as they would finish to the land of Canaan. However, they were punished for violating Exodus chapter 20 verse 4, which was to not create any kind of graven image to worship the heavens or the sun or anything else, to remove God from the society. If we read Exodus chapter 20 verse 3, God wanted their hearts. If we read Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5, and even for Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. The Israelites also did this, and for Samuel chapter 8 from verses 1 to 8. There were problems with the judges and the way things were going there. That's humanity's problems in that life. But instead of going to God, they created kings for themselves that would rule them, fight for them, etc., like the other Gentile nations. If we read for Samuel chapter 8 in verses 19 and 20, that's seeking out your own invention, because without God's intervention, you want to use your own creations to try to solve humanity's problems. And in our time, all countries in this world, they have their constitutions, the general law and policy and order that they use to try to regulate humanity to live good lives. However, without God's intervention, peace is nowhere found. Jesus Christ had told us that, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. John chapter 14 verse 27. God told us in Isaiah chapter 48 verse 22 and chapter 57 verse 21 that there is no peace for the wicked. People who forget God, ignore God, want to solve problems on their own. There will be no peace for such ones, because peace is not in that direction. Rather, if we want peace in this world, we have to come to God, because He is like our Father. He is our Father, in fact, who knows the future and has done various things to prepare ourselves for. The ransom sacrifice, 1 John chapter 4 in verses 9 and 10. And establishing His kingdom to rework humanity to be like it was before. Acts chapter 3 from verses 19 to 21. And we have to trust in that plan. Proverbs chapter 3 from verses 5 to 7. And in that Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3, King Solomon had also stated, Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. But when we trust in God, blessings will be at the end of the tunnel. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. Isaiah chapter 26 from verses 2 to 4. He knows the way of the future. His words are everlasting life. John chapter 12 verse 50. And when we submit ourselves unto such words and live accordingly, we will have peace in our marriages, raising our children, in our jobs, and everywhere else, because we listen to the person who is the all-knowing creator and Father. And that is where I think I can stop on discussing the verse Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 29, which once again reads, Lo, only this have I found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you.